Be ready. Start. It is apparent from the plain language of subclause A of clause 24.1 of the project agreement that NTPC is duly empowered to suspend mining operations, including for its convenience or for mine operators' defaults. In this case, NTPC alleges a mine operator's event of default. The question whether the allegation that mine operator's event of default has occurred is a subject matter of disputes, and NTPC cannot be compelled to accept mining services from NCC BGR pending resolution the slid disputes. This court is of the view that no interference at this stage is warranted except to direct the parties to enter into good faith discussions in terms of clause 23.1b of the project agreement. This court is refraining from entering into the controversy whether the fact that an FIR has been lodged is sufficient for NTPC to form a reasonable judgment that NCC BGR had indulged in corrupt or fraudulent practices in competing for or in executing the project agreement pursuant to clause 9.1. As noticed above, this is the essence of the disputes between the parties, and the same is required to be resolved stroke adjudicated in accordance with clause 23.1b of the project agreement. I must at this stage also refer to the fact that a similar banning order has been passed against the other consortium member of the petitioner number 1 being NCC Limited. NCC Limited challenged the same before this court by way of a writ petition. The same was disposed of by order dated 11/10/2019 by this court on a statement of the learned senior counsel for the petitioner therein and of the learned Solicitor General of India, hereinafter referred to as SG, appearing for the respondent number 1 and clarifying that in view of the peculiar facts, the impugned order would not operate against the petitioner therein with respect to its bidding for tenders with other entities. The learned senior counsel for the petitioners further submits that the charge sheet that has been filed by the CBI does not array the petitioner companies as accused therein. He submits that, therefore, even the CBI has not found any evidence to implicate the petitioner companies, who are separate legal entities, in any wrongdoing, and the allegations are only against the individuals arrayed as accused in the charge sheet. He further submits that the company, being a juristic person, could have been fastened with criminal liability, and that having not been done, clearly the respondents could not have taken a decision to ban dealings with the petitioners only on basis of such charge sheet. On the other hand, the learned SG submits that the allegations against the petitioners in the charge sheet filed by the CBI are of a grave nature. The respondent number 1, having passed the impugned orders in terms of its policy and the project agreement, and after having fully complied with the principles of natural justice, this court would not interfere with the same in exercise of its writ jurisdiction. As far as the orders passed by this court in favor of NCC Limited is concerned, the learned SG submits that the charge sheet having been filed against one of the directors of the petitioner number 2, Messrs. BGR Mining and Infra Limited, its case was clearly distinguishable from NCC Limited, and the same benefit could not be granted to the petitioners herein. As far as the proceedings before the adjudicator are concerned, he submits that, in fact, the present petition would not be maintainable as the petitioners have an alternative dispute resolution mechanism mentioned under clause 23 of the project agreement, which it has invoked not only by filing a petition under section 9 of the A and C Act, but also raising the dispute before the adjudicator appointed under clause 23.2 of the project agreement. He submits that merely because such proceedings are pending before the adjudicator, the respondent number 1 cannot be restrained from exercising its independent right to ban further business dealings with the petitioners. Further, it cannot be seriously contended that the respondent number 1 has failed to comply with the principles of natural justice while passing the impugned orders. As noted herein above, the impugned orders were proceeded with a show cause notice dated 7/8/2019. The impugned orders reflects consideration of the reply submitted by the petitioners, as also give detailed reasons for not agreeing with the same, and thereafter proceeds with the impugned decision to ban business dealings with the petitioners for a period of 3 years. It is no longer res integra that the state can decline to enter into a contractual relationship with a person or a class of persons for a legitimate purpose. The authority of the state to blacklist a person is a necessary concomitant to the executive power of the state to carry on the trade or the business and making of contracts for any purpose. The only legal limitation upon the exercise of such an authority is that the state has to act fairly and rationally without in any way being arbitrary. Such power is inherent and need not be specifically conferred by a statute or reserved by contract. It is also well settled that even though the right of the contracting party is in the nature of a contractual right, the manner, the method, and the motive behind the decision of the authority whether or not to enter into a contract is subject to judicial review on the touchstone of fairness, relevance, natural justice, non discrimination, equality, and proportionality. Thank you.